I attended 2 different Riftbound release events, and this is what it looked like. At the first game store I went to, I checked in at the front desk, and I was actually allowed to pick whichever starter deck I wanted, so I picked Lee Sin because just looking at the deck list online, it seemed like Lee Sin had the best ratio of playable to non-playable cards. They also gave me my special release event promo pack and 2 booster packs to use to modify the deck that came in this box. So we get into the box here. It came with the deck, of course. It has a booster pack inside it as well, a playmat, and then a little guidebook, starter guide, teach you how to play the game. And the last thing in there was a little box to put the deck inside.
Oh, yeah, I did. Yeah, and then it died. I used to love that. I'm a big Hearthstone guy. I still play Hearthstone.
Yeah?
I've played it since 2014.
I stopped.
Oh, man.
Went hard, like, 2014.
Yeah, I played that a lot.
So I'm glad I sat where I did because the guys at my table were super chill and definitely connected over other card games we've played in the past. You heard one guy played Legends of Runeterra and some Hearthstone players there. So yeah, it was a great table to be at. The Lee Sin Precon deck is pretty good. Comes with some staple cards like Charm and Discipline, as well as a copy of Udyr and a copy of Mistfall, which are pretty good in the buff style of Lee Sin deck. The paper game mat was a really nice addition to the box. This guidebook was pretty cool as well. It was catered to Lee Sin, so obviously it's like Lee Sin themed. And it had all the instructions for how to set up the game, how to play the game, all the different rules, phases of a turn, yep. It explained different modes of play, like 4-player, and then had a page for keywords here, which is kind of neat. And at the back of the booklet here, it had like a next steps page, where it gave you like possible substitutions to slot into the deck in case you've actually opened those cards or found those cards, which I thought was kind of cool. It kind of gives you a place to go from here, right? Like a way to upgrade your deck. I went ahead and sleeved all my cards. Every card in the deck that I wanted to play was going in an orange sleeve, and then I put all of my runes into white sleeves so they were just kind of differentiated. I just thought it looks a lot better that way when you're actually playing the game. And I had extra sleeves on hand in case I opened anything good from the packs and, you know, just wanted to substitute cards in. Just wanted to come prepared.
Are they selling, like, actual playmats?
Not yet. Like, Riot hasn't yet. But you can get custom ones online for pretty cheap. I've looked into that. Yeah.
So these are the release event goodies that come with the box. You get 3 packs to modify your deck, 2 from the store and 1 from the box. Then you get this promo pack that has a champion legend, and then behind that is 1 of 3 stamped champion unit cards, either Jinx, Viktor, or Lee Sin. At this point, one of the guys at my table asked me if I was live streaming, and I told him no, I was just recording it for YouTube, and told him my YouTube channel. They're really nice. I think the guy subscribed to me immediately. But yeah, I was actually allowed to pick the champion legend that I wanted. I think some game stores have been kind of handing them out randomly, but I got set because I didn't have them yet. And then I go ahead and open this up.
Ooh! Let's go. So you got the same one?
Yes.
Okay.
What'd you get for your second card?
Jinx.
Is it different Jinx in this one? What color? The red Jinx versus...
Jinx. Purple Jinx.
Oh.
Yeah, I'm curious if they like preset the matchings.
You discard 1 more card, ready me. Ooh, what's that one do? If you want to...
And getting the Lee Sin promo was actually really nice because I could slot him immediately into the starter deck. And the green Lee Sin is the better version of Lee Sin, I think. It's a little bit more viable, and it's a little more fun to play with. So really neat that I opened that and was able to play with it immediately at this event. But we get into our 3 booster packs here. We get a Magma Worm, Orb of Regret, Defy, Brazen Buccaneer, Confront, Sneaky Deckhand, Trifarian Glory Seeker, Reinforce.
Oh god, totally all over the rule books. Trust me.
Student. Oh. Okay, so when you get a rare in the first slot, like in the foil slot, it means you're gonna get 3 rares or better. So there's something at the back of this. Oh, nice.
There's a colored gem.
Ooh, look at that.
I actually got one.
Oh, you did?
Yeah, I opened the little thing.
I've only opened Teemo alt arts. That's nuts.
You get the Omega Squad one?
Yeah.
Nice. I got the BMO one.
You got the BMO one? Yeah.
Yeah.
That was the only alt art I opened in other packs, was the BMO, Teemo.
Same for me. I've opened 10 other than the ones I just did.
Yeah.
I got a BMO.
Nice.
So I go ahead and sleeve up these cards just to keep them protected. Obviously can't play with all of them, but I think I might put that Carnivorous Snapvine into my Lee Sin deck. I forget if I did that or not. But all the cards that didn't go into the deck, I just wanted to make sure they were sleeved up and set aside. But we get into our second pack here. Eager Apprentice, Clockwork Keeper, Disintegrate, Paka Cub, Ember Monk, Call to Glory, Bilgewater Bully, Spoils of War, which I think I do put into that deck, actually. Spectral Matron, really good. I put that in Victor later. Targon's Peak, and then a foil Windwall, which is really cool. I actually take this Windwall and I put it right into my deck because it's such a good card for the deck that I'm playing. Convergent Mutation, and then a Commander Ledros, which I also put into my Victor deck later on. So, really happy with this opening so far.
Anything good in your next one?
I opened a Windwall, so I'm probably going to play that in our match. Windwall's counterspell.
Does it counter everything?
What does it do?
I'll show it to you. It's just counterspell. It's expensive.
Yeah,
but
and there,
it's a reaction
I guess
speed
A lot
counterspell.
of spells are expensive too.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah, you can. I'll let you see it. Now you know I have it in case in our game. I shouldn't have said anything.
Yeah, nothing amazing at the start of this third pack. I think we do get a foil Catalyst. Yeah, foil Catalyst, which is nice.
My third Ravenborn Tome. And Leona. Very nice.
I'd love to see Leona when you're done.
Oh, yeah. She's cool. I don't think she's viable right now because there's not a lot of stunning mechanics in the game.
Yeah.
But when more sets get printed with stun stuff, I think she'll be good.
Yeah.
So I go ahead and sleeve up all of these cards. I put the Catalyst and the Windwall into sleeves immediately because I know I want to play them in the Lee Sin deck. And I was trying to hurry a little bit because at this point I think the other three guys were ready to go. And so they were kind of just waiting on me to finish unwrapping everything and sorting out my deck.
All right, should we?
Whenever you play a spell,
Should we try?
For the first game we played, we just did 2 1v1s. So I played the guy across from me, he was playing Victor. And then to my left is another guy playing Lee Sin, and he's playing against the guy in red who's playing Jinx. And I kind of just got destroyed in this 1v1. It wasn't even close. I think I was at maybe 2 points at the end of the game. And I think at a certain point I just forfeited because it was like 6-2 or something. I'm leaving in a short clip of us playing just so you can see how the game plays.
So you have 4 might and I have 6 might. So you get to choose, like if you have spells in your hand that
Don't I
can react to
have
that.
5?
Sorry, yes, 5. So 3, 4, 5. Yeah. So my 6 beats your 5. So we would do our damage to each other. So like I would allocate 6 damage to you.
So the tapping doesn't affect the combat?
No.
It just affects movement?
Just movement.
Okay, that makes sense.
So you are basically sending 5 damage my way, and I'm sending 6 your way. But because only 5 comes to me, it wouldn't kill my
What if
guy.
we were to tie?
We would both die. Everything clears. Yeah. It's a
Okay,
wash.
then I will spend 1. Give Lee Sin minus
I only have
1
3 of these
Okay.
in here.
and draw a card.
Oh, okay. Oh, I thought it was.
And
Lee Sin.
because
No,
I
it's
played
this- it's
a
this
card
challenge.
during your turn, I get a 1
just be
recruit
buffed.
token in my base.
That's true.
And then what do I, does this go in my trash? Stupefy?
Yeah.
Which is this one?
Yep. I think I made a huge mistake.
You just don't have anything ready to
I have something to play, but I can't play it.
Wait, I get a
Well,
point.
hold on. You played as a reaction.
Okay.
Yeah, I can't play this because you started the chain. So I have a card that basically buffs him that I wanted to play, but I should have played it before you did your thing, so that
Because
it's already buffed.
This one's not an instant. You can't play it whenever.
It's an action card, not a reaction. So I go down to 5. You all have 5, so it's just a wash. Everything dies.
So does anything happen there? I don't hold and you don't conquer, basically?
Correct. Yep. And then with my 3 remaining,
And then she goes to half.
yes, yep. I'm gonna tap these 3, play Wielder of Water,
Play this
and that's my turn.
Rasa the Cinder.
This is pretty fun.
So we finished this game out. Of course, I get destroyed at the end of it. And then we tried a 4-person free-for-all. So this was all 4 of us playing as our own decks. There were no teams. And there are 3 battlefields in between the 4 of us that we have to try to control. In a 4-person game, the player who goes first doesn't draw a card at the start of their first turn. And every player, except for the last player, only channels 2 runes at the start of their turn. So if you go 4th, you get to draw a card and channel 3 runes. To determine the first player, we just shuffled up 4 battlefields, 1 from each of us, and then I selected one at random, and it was the Jinx battlefield. So the Jinx player went first, then Viktor went second, I went third, and the other Lee Sin went 4th. And I actually liked this 4-person format a lot. I didn't think I would when I first saw it demoed, but there's a level of strategy to interacting with other players and helping out players who are behind that I thought was really fun. I ended up winning this game, actually. I had a couple of really lucky draws, including drawing my win wall, which was really important late in the game and helped me secure the victory. And after that, I packed up, and later that night, I went to my second event. The owners of this game store were also really nice. They let us pick our starter decks just like the last one. And I picked Viktor because I just have very little interest in playing Jinx and still don't. So I just wanted to try out his, recruit playstyle. This box, of course, had the exact same contents as the Lee Sin box, just with a Viktor Flare and a Viktor deck. So we've got the game mat, the starter guide, the handy storage box there, as well as a pack that came in the box. And you can see here the booklet is very similar to Lee Sin's, except it's Viktor themed, so it's got Siphon Power there, and the upgrades for the Viktor deck are specified.
Yeah, how did you open?
There's a strip on the outside. So like right here, you gotta find it, on the side here. Just grab that, like tap.
Yeah, I can't grab it.
I like how similar the orange and red were.
Yep.
So after I helped that kid open his starter deck, I decided to go through my own, and I came into this event with a little bit more preparation, kind of realizing that I would be trying to take some things out of the Viktor deck that came pre-constructed and adding some things in. I think I did add that Commander Ledros that I opened at the previous event. And then I got cracking into these 3 packs. And I know I just said I had no interest in playing Jinx, but having a Super Mega Death Rocket is really good, because if I ever do want to play Jinx, now I have her signature spell, and at least one copy of it. And worst case, I can trade that away maybe for something else that I do want. So very happy with that pull. And here the guy across from me actually pulled the Alt-Art Calm Rune, which is really cool, so he showed that to me really quick. Kind of fun to pull Draven and Darius in the same pack, just very thematically appropriate. And then I got into the third pack, and honestly at this point I was just happy that I hadn't gotten one of the dud packs that had only a single rare.
But was it him who appointed? Who appointed the ship? But I don't know if there's any personal.
And of course I was ecstatic to pull a second Mind Splitter, because that's one less that I have to buy to put into an Aurora deck at some point. And then here I go ahead and sleeve up my Viktor deck. Nothing super interesting, just making sure everything is protected. The sleeves I'm using are Dragon Shield mats, just for anyone curious. I think they're pretty much the standard. And then here I'm going through the deck itself and removing things that I thought just, you know, didn't really fit in with the overall theme of the deck. Some things just didn't sit right with how the deck wanted to play to me. So I took a couple of things out. I think I removed Wraith of Echoes. I think I also removed a couple of the hidden cards. I definitely took out the mushroom pouches. Eager Apprentice, I was deliberating. I was like, I don't know if I want to keep it, and then I decided to. Mushroom pouch, I looked at long and hard before I decided to take it out of the deck. And here I made a controversial decision, at least probably at first glance. I cut Heimerdinger from this deck, because he copies the tap abilities of other units, legends, and gear, and I'd already cut Orb of Regret, so it was really just the Viktor legend that he would have copied, and that just wasn't worth having, so I took him out. This first game I played was a really close match. I drew incredibly well towards the end, so I just had really good answers to everything that the other guy was trying to do. I think I drew all 3 of my smoke screens in this game, and so I was just like putting those out all the time, and I just managed to grab both battlefields and hold one for the victory.
Hey.
So I have nice little power just be that and just hold to win.
Yeah.
All right. Good game. Hey,
Good game.
it's close. It was pretty close.
Yeah, I started to get the hang of them after a while.
So,
Did way better than I did.
So we go ahead and pack up this game and reset the boards, and then I played against the next guy who wanted to try Jinx against Viktor. So we went ahead and rolled dice, he would go first, counted up our cards, and just launched into the game. The 2 battlefields we're using here are Altar to Unity and Zon Warrens. Zon Warrens being really good for Jinx, and Altar to Unity being incredibly good for Viktor. He played out Chemtech Enforcer on turn 1, which is a really strong opening play. And then my turn 1 was just to tap and summon a single recruit. I skip ahead here a little bit just to show some of the mid-game. And here we were playing out a couple units to our own separate battlefields. I feel like in this game, we pretty much focused on just capturing and holding the battlefields that were good for our character. And then the difference maker was just who in the late game was able to take control of the other battlefield and force the other player to essentially not be able to get a hold point. This game was really close, if I recall correctly. I think it was like 7 to 8 points at the very end. And you'll notice in Riftbound that a lot of the times there's like pauses in the action as you kind of talk it out with your opponent. And since we're all kind of new to the game, we sometimes had to discuss the rules and make sure that we were on the same page as to how certain card interactions worked. And there was a lot of, catching each other and doing things the wrong way. Like, I can't count the number of times that I put a unit down and forgot to exhaust it as it came in. That happened all the time, and I constantly had to be reminded by my opponents that things were exhausted, which is totally fair, and it's kind of part of learning this game. So I think what happened in that previous play was that my opponent had to do some math to try to figure out if he could get Rasa the Sunderer out, just because Rasa is cheaper for all the stuff in your trash. And then he moves into this battlefield with all of his units and contests Altar of Unity. I play Smokescreen to try to take out Rasa, and that allows me to at least take out one of his units as all of my stuff dies. And we actually forget to reveal the hidden card, which he's gracious and allows me to reveal it later, just realizing that we both forgot to reveal it. And it was just a consult the past, so it let me draw 2 cards. At this point, I just had like a big army in my base, so I decided to go after Zon Warrens and try to take that from him. And shortly after this, my phone camera died, so I don't have any actual footage of the end of the game, unfortunately. But if you made it this far in the video, thanks so much for watching to the end. I really appreciate the continued viewership. I hope this video was somewhat helpful and gives you a good idea of what it was like to attend one of these release events. Thanks again for watching. Subscribe if you haven't already, and stay tuned for more. Peace.